Hello, everybody. I'm Jimbo, and I guess I am the stand. How's everybody tonight? I literally just now popped in studio. I've been running late all day working on some stuff. I've actually been uploading the trial in its entirety, so there won't be any more um, Jimbo's hiding stuff. So the whole trial, even the boring bench conferences, um, the jury selection, um, every bit of it. Yeah, that's my name, Jim Blob. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. You got it right. Hello, Ziggy. Hello, River Blue. Chaotic Beauty and Crime. So I'm going to ask some questions. Hello, Jaded. We're going to ask some questions. Or I'm not going to ask some questions. I'm going to answer some questions. So you want answers about Jimbo? Go ahead and ask them. Just get them out of the way. Let's get it over with. Um, Let me unplug my computer. It's fully charged. Hello, Mrs. T. But hello, Barbara. I'm doing well. I'm doing great. Thank you. I actually unblocked you recently. We had a bunch of people blocked. I don't know why. Just the block monster got us. But I'm going to look in the chat and see. Hello, Jenny Penny. I'm going to look at the chat and see who all has a question. If my mods see anything, if you can let me know, that would be awesome. My day was pretty good. Me and my wife went out to dinner tonight. Bought the kids pizza because it was easy and they like it. So I've had some big time great phone calls today. Many supporters. Hello, Love and Grace. Glad to see you here. It's awesome. Was he Ernie's best friend forever? Was who? Was who Ernie's best friend forever? Ask it and I'll tell it if I know the answer. I don't know if Ernie's got a best friend forever. He screws everybody over, so forever is a long time. My best friend forever is a man named John that I met when I was 5 years old, and he's 4 years older than me, and we've been friends ever since. So there. What's your question, Bama Truth Seeker? Hello, oppositional effect. So let me get over here to YouTube and let me see what we got going on. We got going on. I got some music. Let's see. All right. Sorry. All right. Sorry if I missed something. Let me back up and see. All right. Thank you, Exploring the Unknown. I appreciate that, my friend. Lisa Lasky, hello. Did I miss your question, Bama Truth Seeker, or have I not seen it yet? Have you not posted it yet? Any questions you got that I can possibly answer, I will answer. Now, let's go ahead and get something out of the way here. I am not going to throw anybody under the bus or get involved in a mudslinging contest. There won't be any mud coming from this area, coming from this direction. Just ain't going to happen. I'm not going to do it. So people can say whatever they want to say about me. When they prove it, then there'll be a difference. You know, if you want to believe a convicted murderer who has changed his story multiple times, then believe it. There's nothing I can do to change your mind. So, hello, Beach Bum 11. Hello, Squitzerland. Yes, I am going to try to take the high road. Going to try to. How about mud wrestling? Well, it depends on who we're mud wrestling with. They would have to be tiny because um, I'm pretty crippled. I would have to have a major weight advantage, which I do over most, and I'd have to keep them all on my left side because I can't use my right arm. So, but mud wrestling, I have done that before actually, um, to raise some money for some children. It was fun. It was fun. Ziggy. Yes, Mama Bird. There is so much of it going on in there. Now, I'm going to continue to sling mud at Ernie, but only factual mud. Like I'm not gonna throw anything at Ernie that he hasn't done or earned. Um, and that's that doesn't sit well with people, some people either. So, but that's why would I do that? Then I'd be no better than him. All right, let's see. You have known Ernie obviously for years. Been on your live and Ernie's. I was attacked by his little Chihuahua Tina. She's a big Chihuahua. Not trying to go back in time, but did he, Ernie, ever talk about the Rush situation? Actually, yes, he did. Many times. All these voiceovers you hear from Eric Rush are messages, voice messages that Ernie has forwarded to me. That's how I have them, telling me how crazy this man is and how he stalked him. Ernie did get a restraining order on him. Now, do I believe Ernie um, gave the man reason to be a stalker? I think so. And I teased Ernie, like half-heartedly teased him about it a lot. But yeah, yeah, he has spoke about it. Never as in like, oh, that's my man, or nothing like that. He's never openly shown me that he was homosexual or bisexual. Um, but there has been things I've seen, like the Eric Rush stuff, that made me question it. And even if he was, I mean, I wouldn't care. He's still my friend. He was. Like I wouldn't treat him any differently. If he'd come right out and told me, hey, this is my lover and he's mad at me, and so I've got gay friends. My daughter's gay. It doesn't matter. It's a choice in life. Oh, I heard you guys had some big wins in Texas last night. Like big wins. I've talked to several people from Texas. I've got a couple of friends there. And if you're from that area, I heard you guys had some monster tornado warnings and winds. We're getting high winds here right now. I could crack the window, you could probably hear it. It's bad. We're surrounded by trees, so I'm not really that concerned about tornadoes. I've never been inside a tornado. I've never seen a tornado, but many of my family in Alabama have. Most of them have uh, storm shelters. Somebody has been babysitting kids. Who we got here? I seen that. Ziggy, Casey Girl 10 said, I'm extremely exhausted babysitting my sister's kids, so they wear me out. Whew, I know the feeling. No thing but a chicken wing. What are you talking about, Ziggy? You're making me hungry now talking about chicken wings. Oh, I seen this. Somebody told me about this earlier. And I don't know the guy. I don't know him from Adam. I promise you I don't know him. I used to watch AB months back, but he got too far up himself and joined up with Tina. Is that Tina? TM? I don't know. Tina Marie. I don't know. And now this, oh, I guess somebody else, not Tina. And now this paying to get scurrying out, shocking. Did they get to the $5,000 mark in their quest today? I think I've seen Bannerby say that she's seen many, or she, or he, or she. I don't know. I don't know. Bannerby's a gender neutral name, I guess, but um, been through many tornadoes. I'd rather go through a hurricane. Wow. I have been near the beach when hurricane warning started, and boy, that was wild. The winds and the rain. The rain was just so hard. It was just banging down. It was bad. I love your honesty and how you don't find anything. I don't know. Um, well, truth's easier to remember. I've always said that. I'll always believe that. And even, like, um, and I've said, there may be things that I say that aren't exactly what I said 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 10 days ago. You know, I'm just I remember things the best I can, and I tell them to the best of my ability. And if I look at documents that have been recorded, I can be even more precise. But I make mistakes too. I do. I figure we'd have more people in here to throw some questions at me. There's been so much said. um, there was a couple people in particular I kind of expected, and I'm not going to say their names, but they, I don't think have channels, but maybe they might. But I expected to see some questions coming at me from them. Ern will not learn one thing from his experience, and he will probably walk away as a convicted felon. I'm inclined to believe you're correct, chasing justice. I'm inclined to believe you're correct. Ernie's not been a guy that has ever learned from his mistake. Never. Because he never admits he was wrong. He will take this to his grave saying that he was carjacked and that he's got some kind of brain chip in his brain that controls what he does. Whoa. We just had a tree hit the house. Hang on, guys. Stay on the inside. I think we just had a tree hit up. Don't go outside. Who are you talking to? Tonight? Oh, okay. The winds are bad up there. All right.
I'm outside putting stuff on that side.
The wind's killing out there. I'm back. Yep, that's where I'm at, Sean, Kentucky. It's bad. It's hurling. Oh, I seen somebody say something here. Let me see. Jen Hoffa, they are going on about gun charges you hid. Do you know what they're talking about? I don't know who they are, but I've never had a gun charge on me ever. That's just ridiculous. And the little piece of paper that I saw from Detective Picknell or Pickrell, whichever, I think it's Pickrell with an R. I've never met that lady. Never. And if I were going to lie about it, I sure wouldn't go here and lie on YouTube about it, where somebody's surely going to know her and show it to her. I've never met Detective Pickrell. Ever. That piece of paper she wrote out was combined my statement with Ernie's statement, and everybody knows Ernie said that gun was a stainless, a blued steel Smith and Wesson. My gun was a Rossi, and I'm almost none. I'm pretty positive it was a stainless steel. I'm starting to question myself now, but regardless, it was a Rossi, not a Smith and Wesson. And my gun, the Rossi, is what they have in evidence in Harlan, Kentucky right now. I called today to try to get it back. I'm going to show it to you if I can get it back. No, I've never had a gun charge. Never. Never ever had a gun charge. Not a thing. Not at all a thing. Um, Jason Ludwig, when did you talk to Eric Rush? What? Now there's absolutely no winds. It went from like constant blowing for like the last 2 minutes to nothing. It's weird. That's weird. Here I am saying I'm not really worried about tornadoes because we got trees all around, and here goes a tree down his house. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The chat is moving really good. I appreciate it. I'm just missing some stuff. I'm trying to scroll back up. Somebody was supposed to teach me how to slow that down today. Maybe this is. Where did Shelby get the details from to prank call you about Mr. King? Well, why do you think it was a prank call? Because Shelby said it was? That's the thing. Shelby's changed the story so many times. It was for 9 years, it's been my brother set me up. My brother set me up. My brother set me up. And then for 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, Jimbo's a good man. He's a good man. He don't break the law. He's a good man. And now it's Jimbo set me up. Yeah. I don't believe anything he says anymore. He's just like Ernie. Now, I'll tell you, on February the 24th, he came down in my basement and told me exactly, word for word, the story that he told on the recording just a few hours later on February the 25th at 10:31 in the morning. So if he was coached and told a story, man, he's good at remembering it word for word. Word for word. Because they got that motion of discovery they talk about. It's going to have my statement in it from when I went down to the state police post. I told them what he said. And then he said it again. Exactly the way he said it. Now, Ernie told a different story. Way different. So if Ernie had coached him, then wouldn't you think that Ernie, thank you, Jotty Thompson, and thank you, Bama Truth Seeker, and thank you so much as well, Jaded. I appreciate it, all of it. I appreciate it for real. But Ernie's, if Ernie had told him a fake story, then why would Ernie go down and tell the state police something different? Like, Ernie was trying to embellish that story. Ernie was told what Shelby told me. So, but Ernie went down there and done his Ernie stuff. Had to add in the mama he rode by the mama and was going to kill her and her kid, but he didn't have enough bullets or something. Just bullcrap. Okay? Just bullcrap. So it doesn't exist. The story wasn't made up. The story was Shelby telling me how he killed Ronnie King. That's the story. Stan, you keep missing my question. I'm sorry. Have you ever talked about the letter Shelby sent to Betty? I did talk about it like the day she read it, because she was just, oh, he said, if told the post office master, if this don't make it, just send it to heaven because it's an angel it's going to, and she was just, just eat up with it. Thank you, Bama Truth Seeker. Thank you. But yeah, there was that's all I said. And then she came onto my live stream to explain and go back on her story. Oh no, I didn't believe him. I didn't believe him. No, no. Now that you're explaining it, I believe you. And then somebody sent me a clip of her today. Now, she said that, and I'm pretty sure I didn't see the beginning of it, that I was in trouble for welfare fraud. Okay. First things first. Wouldn't you think I would have to be receiving welfare? We don't even get food stamps. Haven't even applied for them. So welfare fraud? No. Nope. And then she said something about a gun charge. Stolen gun. Nope. All right, Jeannie Penny. But yeah, I mean, those things, are shallow. Why say something? I heard another bang out here, boys. Why say something that's just completely untrue? Like there ain't thousands of people on YouTube that are going to just go to Googling and checking facts and come up with the truth. If somebody could find something on me that I had a gun charge, please send it to me. I'd love to see it. Matter of fact, when I got my taxes back, I went in and bought a new pistol. So when you do a new pistol, they do a background check on you, right? If I had a gun charge, I never would be able to buy a new pistol. Check me on that one. Check me on that one. Everything that's being said is easily just debunked, easily refuted. I almost said it's too easy. See what you people have done to me? You've turned me into Ernie. Oh my God, it's too easy. Oh God, listen up.
You see, folks. What kind of things you and Chris gonna do with it? Chris told me he's opening up business in Pigeon Forge. Hey, we weren't gonna do nothing with them. We just trying to figure out how to get in the gaming business. You know what I'm saying? What kind of things you and Chris told me he's opening up Pigeon Forge.
I don't know. Stop it.
Hey, we weren't gonna do nothing with them. We just trying to figure out how to get in the gaming business. You know what I'm saying? What kind of things?
I can't get it.
They were money's at. What I'm already doing right now.
I just let it play out again.
Every time somebody uses
somebody,
$2.50,
no,
it's $3.50. Is it? $3.50 a drawer? It's $3.75, $4 for it.
I did this.
Money to put in on it. I want to set me up.
Didn't I cover this one?
I went to just ask you.
Close the computer.
I don't matter.
It only lasts a couple more seconds.
My brother watches it matter.
It's almost done.
Well, how does that affect you working for the U.S. Task Force?
Thank you, Barbara Buffalo.
You doing nothing illegal there? Only my way to machine? No.
I figured I've been Googled quite a bit.
Places like jobs and everything? No, man. I'm legit. You know what the big Disney World sign is? Mickey
Oh, that's
Mouse
cool.
sign.
Enjoy that NFL game. That should be awesome.
I mean, I want to go down there.
Yeah. Thank you.
On Facebook not long ago. I was going to see if you're down there. Said you had to Chicago a while back, and then you're going back to Florida. I was going to see if you could pick me up one of them timeshare, like you can go to a timeshare thing. And really? Yeah.
Well, there's Tina. Yeah, listen, I don't want you to speak against anyone. I mean, just go ahead and support them too. Like, my fight's is against Ernie right now, and then I'm going to pick another who deserves it. You know, I don't understand what's going on. I'm confused too, but you know, I'm trying to make sure I tell the whole truth. I'm uploading the entire trial, even the boring bench conferences that last 20 seconds, jury selection, every single thing. The only thing I haven't added or that I have edited so far is crime scene photos showing the man's body. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's not worth it. Thank you, Bama True Seeker. It's not worth it. You know, I'll shut it down before I do that. You know, the man deserves more respect. He didn't get justice, not completely. For one thing, whoever killed him should be on death row. And that's just the way I feel about it. If you've seen those pictures that I'm not going to show, you'd agree with me. But you guys go to who is TM? Nicolina put TM on her, or put TM in her place if she goes on. Oh, I hope Nicolina puts TM in her place if she goes on AB. It's a fickle. Jotty Thompson. I'm not going to show your address, but this one's yours. I will. I went to go to the post office today, and then we had a couple of our big dogs want to try to kill each other. So we had a little fight. Break it up. So I didn't make it before they closed. Thank you. Well, my truth is the truth. Like I'm not going to say it's my truth because I'm not giving you an opinion, except for I think somebody else was involved, and I do think Ernie knows more about it. I think Ernie's car was seen leaving the scene of the crime. Actually, let's even go over that now. Let's say they open a case, and that car is the evidence they got. It's going to fail. Tina Marie, okay. It's going to fail because I've seen the video. The car is blurry. It could have been a Dodge Caliber. It could have been the Dodge Caliber type that Ernie's girlfriend owned. But it also, there's no way you could say it was. Not 100%. And there's absolutely no way you can say who's driving it. You can't even see a driver. Like you can't. You can't even tell. Oh my Lord. You can't even tell if it's coming from his house. It comes about down the road where his house is. But all that's going to be circumstantial. They don't have any other evidence on Ernie. Nothing. So, did I believe Shelby when he said Ernie set him up? No, I did not. I believed when I saw the car evidence and when I was shown a call log and lied about the contents of it. I believed Ernie set him up. That call log, after I looked at it, which I should have done in the first place, it doesn't implicate Ernie at all. Not one bit. The call log does not implicate Ernie. Don't implicate anybody. It's nothing. Shelby, calling, not getting no answer from nobody. That's all it is. So, thank you, Tanya. Listen, you can like anybody you want to like. I'm not going to say you're in the wrong for liking anybody. I know the two people you're talking about, I'm not going to mention any names, but hell, 2 days ago, I consider them some of the best friends I got on the face of the earth. So I can't fault you for it. To each their own. Jason Ludwig's going to smack you, Tina. Teena. She talks like she wipes her ass on silk. Who does? Who are you talking about, Mama Bird? Tina Marie? I don't even know who that is. Is she a creator? Tina's supposed to be working. Let me check. Oh, I might have another message. Did Shelby ever tell me that Ernie was involved? No. Never. And that's the thing. In his recording, and there was only one call that was recorded. He called me earlier that day. You can see on the call log like 15 minutes earlier, and I told him I wasn't out of bed yet because I wasn't, and I hadn't set up the recorder because back then I didn't use speakerphone. I held the phone to my ear and put the recorder right here, just like this. So I wasn't prepared to record him. So this thing with him making these phone calls and getting prepared for the joke, the prank, well, it doesn't exist. You can't show it. You can't prove it. You said there was 5 phone calls, Shelby. 5 phone calls before you talked to me on the confessed call. You lied. You lied. You're a convicted murderer and you lied. So why should we believe anything you say? Now, is he super nice? Absolutely. He's super nice to the lady. He was super nice to my wife. He was super nice to my children. He was super nice to my mother. Super nice to me. He never gave me any reason to doubt him or think anything bad until he did. Until he told me that. Um, I've got like I printed out a transcript of what was said here. Um, my um, to kind of help with that. So tell you what, if you will send me a message, I'll take pictures of this transcript, send it to you, and you can listen to that phone call and go over it, at the same time. And I do that for anybody if you want to, if you want that. Of course, that's me interpreting Shelby. So, quite possible I could lie if I'm trying to keep him in prison. Chad, I've been saying it for a while. Keep waiting to see. Let's see her on one of those late night 8-6. What? What kind of can of worms that opened up right there, Mama Bird? What are you doing to me? This is absolutely the truth. Ernie may or may not have been involved in that case, but we can't put aside the others he's done wrong. And that's why we started this thing together. And then now that his convicted murderer brother, who's just like him in every freaking way you can imagine, their mannerisms are the same. Their telling lies over and over are the same. Their stories changing are the same. Now that he spoke up, let's believe him and just forget about Ernie and let's try to free Shelby. And they say there's no free Shelby campaign. But the words that came out of the mouth was, this could be a break in Shelby's case. What kind of break in the case are you looking for if it's not a free Shelby campaign? Let's try to be respectful to each other in the chat, okay, if we can. Y'all can come at me hard, I don't care. But remember, everybody here, even people in the chat, we're here for one thing. And that thing is finally getting some sort of justice. It's finally coming to a head. She's the one that Ern told to move her hair. Oh, I see. She's a creator and she's not really that bad, but she does feud with people. That's just YouTube. I'm starting to see that's just YouTube. When I first started this thing, and myself and my partner was like, we're not gonna fight with anybody. We're just gonna be focused on Ernie. Get this thing taken care of, and then we're gonna stop. We had no plans of doing anything other than busting Ernie. Now, along the way, we started making friends. We started thinking, hey, this is fun. After Ernie, let's find another scumbag. Only scumbags. That's all we're going to do, and we're going to go after them. But somewhere along the way, we lost sight. Yes, AB lives in Canada, I believe. Barbara Buffalo. I still stand behind. Let me see what you said, New England Pats. Still stand behind what I said on my comment yesterday on Not Today. I did my research, many alias and many connections. Very interesting truth. Many aliases for who? Can you email it to me? River Blue. KC Girls want you to email her something, River Blue. She said, look her up on IG messages. Look, I'm carrying tails back and forth. Starry Night used to mod for Tiffany Marie. What I saw and learned is she's very much that bad, harassing a cancer patient up until she died. Ooh. And harassed that dead lady's family after they conned money lies. Oh my goodness. How is Shelby about his kids? He says he loves them, and I take him at his word for it. I mean, that's all he talks about. You know, when he got out of prison, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to see his kids. He wanted to pay child support and see his kids. That's the reason why when he wasn't working at his temp service, he came down and did work for me because he wanted to earn extra money so he could pay that child support up and see his kids. So I'm gonna take him as a word for it. You know, I believe he loves his kids and wants to see them. Can you imagine, you know, the heartache of those kids? We talk about poor Jeremy and you know Ernie's son. Man, it's hard for me to figure because I'm nice to everyone, but I've done some effed up stuff in these streets. In the streets. Oh, Jason, brother, we all have demons. Um, just like this name we want retracted, that I wanted retracted. Not a whole lot of people know that um, there was quite a throwdown. Yeah, quite a throwdown. And it was when I was younger and healthier and stronger. And let's say it wasn't a good day for the other person. But didn't Shelby confess to the murder? Actually, he confessed to me to the murder, and I recorded it the second time he confessed it to me. After getting a hung jury because his brother being an incompetent idiot, um, whose credibility was garbage, even worse now. But after that hung jury, he decided to plead guilty to complicity to murder. And he says, I would never plead guilty to a murder I didn't commit. And he's standing by it. Never. But I would say that I was complicit in that murder to get a lesser sentence. Right. That makes sense, Shelby. Shelby and Ernie sound and act like the exact same to me. They just have different phrases they constantly repeat. That's what I've said all along. Like their mannerisms, their way they repeat stuff, like it's almost like twins. And they even look like almost like twins. Like it's crazy. Come on up here. What we got here going? A break in the case can mean finding the truth, you know? I don't think it's meant that way, Jason. I mean, I appreciate your positive outlook on that, but I don't. All the things I've seen and heard from credible people, I don't buy. I don't buy that. Feel free to call me, brother. You got my number. I'll go over it with you. But um, yeah, I don't believe that. I wish I could. If I could believe that in all my heart, I would, and just quit. But all right, here's a popular question: were there two different men's DNA involved? I can't find any info about that since it wasn't mentioned in the trial. No, sir. One DNA profile was found, and it's unmatched to anybody. Maybe I should go get some DNA. I was told in a text message. Now he's been arrested in Madison County. They finally have Ernie's fingerprints. Well, Ernie's been arrested several times. He spent 30 days in jail in Bluefield, West Virginia. So they got his fingerprints then. I personally had Ernie arrested for terroristic threatening in 2006, I think. And they got his fingerprints then. The boy's been fingerprinted. They're on file. So, but Madison County probably did get them, but I don't see how that's, really a big deal. Mama Bird, I agree. I do agree. I do agree. Just, and the reason why I agree is, and like I said, there's circumstantial things that I've even been on Ernie's ass about, but I know Ernie. I know his body language when he's lying, which is a lot. But like when he's afraid that he's about to be caught in a lie, it's quite different. When he's lying and he's confident about it, he's a different guy. When he's lying and he's afraid he's going to get caught, it's different. And when I asked Ernie at McDonald's, why did you say you went up there, or you were at the crime scene? And he said, Jimbo, I never said I went back, or something like that. And then he said, like 2 minutes later, he said, I didn't go back up there. And I could see in his face, he knew that he just said something that was bad. He knew it. And so, yeah, I do believe Ernie was up there. I don't know in what capacity. I don't know when, but I do believe he was. I believe he was at the scene of the crime before the police were. I don't know when or where, but I do believe that. I'm sorry if I'm missing questions. If you guys have to type them in a couple times, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to move through the chat here. I'm way behind on it anyway. Let's see. It's 11:54. I'm looking at 11:58. Yeah, 11:58. Murderers are wired differently. He didn't commit the act for reasons of protection or revenge. No, he didn't. It wasn't a protection or revenge thing. It was he went in there to rob the man, and the man fought him to the death. He was it was a robbery gone bad, and he was fighting for his life. Shelby even said that. He said that when he was confessing to me. He said, I ain't never seen nobody with adrenaline like that. I duct taped his mouth together. I duct taped over his nose. I duct taped his whole head. Used a whole roll of duct tape. And you know what? I'm not going to show you those photos, but that's exactly what it looked like. How do you know that? How do you know that? What's a hung jury? Oh, that's a good question. Hung jury is when all 12 jurors do not agree on a verdict. Whether guilty or not guilty, they don't agree. It's a hung jury. So 6 jurors said not guilty. 6 jurors said guilty. It was a 6-6 hung jury. And there was only one. There was only one jury trial. Shelby keeps saying there were 6 of them, but there wasn't. And when you ask about that, oh, Shelby he's not smart enough to understand. He's not smart enough to understand that there was only one jury trial. But he's smart enough to understand that Ernie set him up and there was a joke. He was going along with a joke. And he's smart enough to remember word for word, confessing the night before the tape confession and the exact same word for word confession the day of the confession. Like, okay, if Shelby's not that smart, if he was given this story, do you think he would have remembered it that well? It was pretty intense, pretty detailed what he said. And if you're gonna pull that motion to discovery and look at my statement, it's gonna say the same thing. Now Ernie's is different because Ernie told this wild cockamamie, he wanted to kill everybody. He wanted to kill my mama. He wanted to kill my papa. He wanted to kill my uncle. He wanted to kill my brother. He wanted to kill my sister. He wanted to kill everybody. Shelby never told me that stuff. Never. Ernie talks about the body. Oh, he told him he cut his legs off. He cut his arm off. He stuck something up him. He just poked his eyeballs out with forks. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Matter of fact, the man has glasses on. They were melted to his face. And duct tape all around here, right here, right here. Looked like a mummy with glasses on. That's Shelby Shell. Now, hello, Bitsy. How are you? I don't feel not today's live was meant to be sinister. I feel she was worried about not leaving anything out. Oh, okay. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I'm not really going to say anything about not today or her partner. They say what they want to say. I'm just here to provide facts. That's what I've always done. Buttercup Baby, he was arrested for fraud. You can Google or YouTube Diamond Dallas Page Bluefield Hale. There's 5 episodes. And enjoy. Put one in the chat if you've seen Bluefield Hale. Little Nicky, sorry, I'm just joining. Does Jimbo now think that Ernie is not involved in the King murder and has changed his mind about holding Ernie accountable for everything he's done? Little Nicky, absolutely not. I believe Ernie was involved. I just said all that. Yeah, I think Ernie was involved. Now, at what capacity is what I would question. And I wonder why Shelby didn't mention him in his confession. But on the same token, soon as Shelby was arrested, he throws Big Brother under the bus. My brother set me up. And if you remember, this just hit me, in the confession call, he asked me, "You think I can trust him, Jim?" I said, "Yeah, man, he loves you. He's your brother. That's all he talks about. Shelby Lee." He said, "For real, Jim? You think I can trust him?" Wonder why he was asking me that. Wonder why he was asking me if I thought he could trust him. Is it because he thought Ernie might turn him in? And as soon as he did, Shelby knew it and said, "My brother set me up." But yes, I do believe they were both there in some capacity. I'm convinced Shelby took the man's life because he told me he did. He told me how he did it, and I believe him. And that's another big statement. To go back, you had to have been there before. And we all know Ernie said, "I didn't go back." He said it twice in like a couple minutes. Even after it was pointed out that he said that he went back. So he knew by saying that it was going to be crucified. He said it anyway. Did you record the McDonald meeting? It is on, it's one of our live streams. Yes, it's recorded. And I've been thrown under the bus over that too. Apparently, I should have beat Ernie's ass and got thrown in jail that day. I was too nice to Ernie that day. Even though at one point I looked at him and I said, "Don't raise your voice to me one more GD time." And I had my teeth gritted together like I was getting ready to snap his freaking neck. I was too nice to him. Good night, Ram 5150. Yeah, the tornadoes. It's getting bad. These winds out here are bad right now. Mike Rott, phew, thank you. I was so concerned. Hope you're having a super duper night. Video of McDonald's meeting is here in video. Yeah, it's on our channel under one of the live streams. I'll get the name here in a little bit, maybe. I hate to miss any more of the chat, but was Bert with Ernie when he was arrested last time? I don't think so. I think he went down by himself. Cookie Monster is going to bail him out, though. Do you think Ernie wanted to turn Shelby in so nobody would ever find out he was involved? That makes sense. That's very possible. Very possible. He also said "we" when explaining how Shelby had killed him. He did. And my cousin was here the other night. And when I lived in this house, we had a guest house. Her and her husband lived there in the guest house. And Ernie, of course, was at my house all the time and went back there and hung out with them some. And he slipped up to her. She was just telling me, and she don't know anybody. But he slipped up and told her that something like, "when we tied him up." I'm like, "Natalie, why'd you never say anything before?" But yeah, I mean, he's made several slips of the lip. Seven zip ties he broke through. Yeah, Shelby said 6, but I don't know. The medical examiner may have said 7. I don't know. Uh, I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch the boring part of the trial, the like experts, all that stuff, and I didn't post it originally because I didn't think it was necessary. But it's going to be posted now. I'll post it everything, every boring second of the trial. Going to be up on our channel. Over half of it's up now. The last thing I uploaded was my complete and full testimony. Um, so it's uncut, nothing hidden. So go check it out. Go check it out. Yeah, some River Blue. Ernie Shell comes to chat with the stand is the video. No, I think it's the one right before that. A couple before that. When he comes to chat with the stand is when I'm in my yard with my laptop. It was a sunny day and we were talking, and Ernie was talking with Tina, I think, and his publicist, and trying to get things straightened out to where he would, he wasn't going to attack people anymore, and he was trying to do the right thing, and my partners got mad at me over that too. Like, you're letting him off the hook. You're letting him off the hook. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, if he says he's not going to attack women anymore, and he says he's not going to accuse, dox anybody else, and he says he's not going to scam anybody, and then he actually follows through with it, then we're done. I'm not done. I'm never done with him. So I knew that day it was going to be an issue. Eventually. Here we are. Um, 286 in chat and 126 likes. Hit that like. Yeah, Mama Bird, tell them. You guys go hit that like button. Come on now. Come on now. 143. We can do better than that. Come on, guys. Y'all listen to Mama Bird. It don't take you just a second. Go there and click that little button. You guys are really the best. I really appreciate. I came in here ready to defend myself, put my dukes up, and for the most part, you guys have been so super chilled out and respectful. And I want the hard questions. I do. Because I'd rather just get them on out of the way. So if there's any doubt in anybody's mind, let's just clear it. Let's just clear the air. That's what I want to do. And like I said, I'm not even going to address any other channels running their mouth about me. If that's what they want to do, and when I say they, I mean anybody. If that's what they want to do, let them do it. I'll be okay. I'm still going to be here with you guys. What? My bad. My fault. Against court on 4-1 in Harlan on 3 different charges. Are they? Do they all have a T bomb in the in the docket in the case number? Does it have a T in it? If so, that's traffic stuff. It's no big deal. He's got a traffic fine he's not paid off in like 15 years. He's been paying on it. And he had all this money, and has been getting so much money that it's just crazy. And then now he didn't have enough money to post bail, which Tina said he gave $3,000 away. Do you believe that? Do you believe good old Hearn gave $3,000 of his money away? Now, I will tell you that part of the reason why his MMA events, his reality fighting events failed so hard is because he paid everybody too much money and there wasn't anything left for him. That's fact. And that's why he's not a good promoter. You know, even my goal as a promoter when I was promoting, and you probably don't care, but when I was promoting events, our goal first, we had enough money to cover our event before we ran it. So if worst case scenario, if nobody shows up, we got the money to pay for the event, pay everything. But our first goal was goal number one, break even. If we break even and had a ton of fun doing it, then it's a success. Now there were nights where we made $10,000 in a night, $25,000 in a weekend. Depending on whether it was 1, 2, or 3 days. But it's just, I thought that money would last forever, and we went out and spent it. I didn't save anything. I was an idiot, big idiot. If I could go back and do it again, I would save some money. Madison County, they will take him to court. Yep, they will take him to court, Sean. Either that or they'll do a virtual. Now that they've set up for all that, they may do a virtual. It has nothing to do with liking or disliking anyone. I don't know what you're talking about, Stacy, but I agree. I agree. And I'm just gonna tell you, like, I'm overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and positive messages that I've got. It's just it's unbelievable. And people messaging want me to tell my wife things, and it's much appreciated, much appreciated, more than I could possibly let any of you know. That's right, Mama. Mama Bird G, but no fingerprints anywhere. But there were 4 fires, and there were no blinds on the windows. Now, I'll tell you that Shelby said that he went back up there, when he was telling us the night before, that he went back up there to get rid of the evidence. And when he went back up there to get rid of the evidence, that he destroyed the blinds. He didn't say how, but if they took them and took them with him, or if Ernie took them and took them with him, either way, the blinds weren't there. So there were no blinds on the house. It would have been interesting to find out if the prosecution or defense ever asked Ronnie King's sister, who lived next door, if there were blinds in the house originally. Snugglepuss, I don't know. I think somebody said they had the $5,000. I don't know if he's out yet or not. Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Right? Is it hard to believe that Ernie's involved in fraud? No way. Hello, Blue Eyes Webster. Constipated in Sin City. Hey, are you coming to Las Vegas this April for a true crime convention, April 28th through the 1st? Marcia Clark. You guys know who Marcia Clark is? Wasn't that the prosecutor in the OJ case, and Nancy Grace is going to be here also. That's cool. Man, I'd love to. I'd love to see that. And that's a possibility too, Starry. It's a possibility that gloves were worn. You know, very good possibility. Um, Ernie wears gloves all the time. I mean, everywhere. Um, he just don't wash his hands. You dropped your phone. I get it. I get it. Sure you did. Sure you did. Okay. I think you're about to miss a freaking tornado. If you guys see me fly around in here, you somebody call some help. Now I hear sirens. Let me open this window a little bit so you guys can hear that. You guys hear that? Oh no. He was he says 30. I think it was actually 29 days in jail for the Bluefield incident. That's a fact. Yeah, he didn't bond out. I bet you there's been some wrecks or some downed trees or something with all these sirens going off. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to shut that window. I think it might blow away. I'm still behind in chat. E squared was. Did you look that up? Is he still there? Sorry, I'm so far behind, guys. I want to get. I really want to answer the questions. Hello, Jenny Penny. Welcome back. I really want to get to all the questions if anybody's got. I don't want to miss any. So if I've missed something important, let me plug my phone up in case we lose power. Yeah, I am way behind. I know. I'm so far behind. It's like oh my God, it's 12:18. I'm on 12:02. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna skip forward. I'm gonna skip forward. I'm sorry. So I've missed something. Please tell me. I'm so sorry. I'm getting better. I don't know if I really am or not. I don't know. I may be getting it worse actually. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I missed so much. So much. So I'm gonna start over here. Who was that? I don't know if that was the wind or did you guys see anybody behind me? It's Eric Rush? No, 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 no. Truth for the missing. Much love, Jimbo. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I hope to goodness I haven't missed a bunch of or any. I hope I haven't missed any of those. I'm sorry if I did. I'll scroll back right quick for a while, then I'll hit the new comment button. All right. Make a mod. Okay. He is not online, so he's in jail. That's a brilliant deduction. I mean, that's you're probably right. Um, like the when this dude gets out of jail, he's probably going to be online for 24 hours straight. Let me shut this window. Scott H has a question. Let's see where you at. Here's Scott H. Let me find it. Maybe somebody's sent it to me now. Oh, the paper says supposedly I met Ernie with a. You and Ernie met with a detective and turned Shelby in for possession of a handgun. Well, we didn't meet the detective to turn Shelby in for a handgun. Somebody can find Scott H's question, please send it to me. But we didn't meet with the detective to turn him in for possession of a handgun. That's what that little piece of paper says, is that we reported seeing him with a handgun. Well, that report of seeing him with a handgun was during the report of telling Detective Mike Cornett that Shelby had confessed, and that we saw him with the gun in his pants when he confessed. And I told Detective Cornett it was my gun. I said that he had my gun. I believe Detective Cornett said, "You didn't want it back?" And I said, "He just told me he killed somebody." "No, I didn't ask for it back." Oh. We got tree limbs everywhere, hitting everywhere out here. But yeah, I was. That wasn't, that the new detective, the one who wrote that report. She wrote that up in order to get a warrant for a search warrant for Shelby, because they didn't know if I could get him to confess or not. They didn't have any evidence, so they were going to use that gun, us seeing him with a gun, as a reason to search him. But they didn't need it, because on the way they stopped and got the recording, and they arrested him for murder, not for the possession of a handgun. Now they did charge him with it, but no, that wasn't the intention of us going there. And that report wasn't filed from Whitley County; it was filed in Harlan County. We said we saw him at my house in Whitley County with that weapon. There will be many who will try to lead you astray. Yes, thank you, CLR. Thank you. I still don't see Mike's or Scott H. Maybe somebody said. Let me see. Let me see. Somebody got Scott H's question. Oh, goodness. Now I can't even see it on here. Let's see. Aha. Is Tina Simmerly out of the Simmerleys in Carter and Unicoi counties in Tennessee? I have no clue, buddy. I have no clue. Um, that would be a question more suited for Matt Kemper. He knows that area. He knows those people. He's more familiar with Tina. That's where he would come in handy. I don't know her. I just don't. I'm sorry. If I knew, I'd tell you. And maybe somebody in chat could tell you. I don't know. There's we've you know, Jamie may be able to tell you. I don't think, is that like a, that's not really a name that's you hear much though, is it? Simmerly? Maybe it's, thank you, Jenny Penny. Yeah, I think Jamie would probably know. I think he would probably would know. Um, I just heard my wife holler, do we have flashlights? It is dark everywhere. Well, I've still got lights because I'm on a mission. If I lose you all of a sudden, you'll know why. We won't be on here too much longer. I did upload a new intro, and I'll use it for the outro tonight, but it wasn't uploaded in time for me to play it tonight. Just, well, when we came on, it wasn't. I barely got it, and it was still like loading, the little loading symbol when I came on. So Sean, so he couldn't have shot King because the gun he had didn't fire. Yeah, the gun he had wouldn't fire. They said it was too dirty to fire. And like I said, when I got it, when I bought it, and I had never fired it, when I bought it, it was refurbished. It looked brand spanking new. So when I got it, it wasn't too dirty to fire. And that's another thing that Shelby said, that let's just go ahead and knock it right out of the ballpark right here. Let's just go ahead and knock it out. Shelby said that Shelby said that, sorry, I'll get that question just a second. Shelby says I loaned him the gun and that he gave it back to Ernie to give to me, and Ernie planted it on him. That's what he said. That's what he told you. That's what he said on the phone calls. That's what he said. He stuck by it for several of those phone calls. Now he's saying that I sold him the gun, that I sold a convicted felon a gun, and that if I sold him the gun, why would I call him and yell at him over shooting all the bullets? How many lies can you tell about one certain gun? Like, the dude is a liar. And that's why he'll never be free. Because even if he was not the only one there, even if he had help, which he probably did, it's 99.99% point the finger at Ernie, he's there. But even though all these lies, that's going to make you look guilty. Just like when he was arrested. I was at work. Call my work. Check. So they did. He wasn't at work. He didn't work the day before. He didn't work the day of. He didn't work the day after. He wasn't at work. So he couldn't have been mistaken about the day. He wasn't at work none of those days. None of them. So then he said, well, no. I was playing bingo with my wife. So they checked. Bingo hall video Doesn't show you and your wife. Oh, well, we were going to play bingo. We were going to play bingo, but we got in a fight. So we went home and spent time together. So they got in a fight and decided, let's go home and love on each other. You liar. That's all you do is lie. You're just like your brother Ernie. Jimbo, is there any way that Ernie could have been pretending to be Shelby on the confession call? And that's the joke Shelby keeps talking about, Mike Roch? Absolutely not. Did you hear Shelby in the confession call say, you hear me? Do you hear me? You hear me? Do you hear him now when he talks to Not Today go, you hear me? You hear me? You hear me? It was Shelby. No question about it. Have you ever heard Ernie say, you hear me? No. Well, no. That's a good theory, but no. Psalm 54:20, Shell R. Please read. I will. I promise you, I will read that tonight. As soon as I end the live, I'm going to look that up and read it. I promise. Now I'm behind again. K. Payer, did Shelby S.A. Ronnie King? The prosecution says there was no S.A. They say whatever happened sexually was consensual. Oh, you provided it for me to read. Okay. Psalm 54:20. CPDV God. God will hear, and he who is before time will humble them, for there is no change with them, and they have not feared God. I know too many people who don't fear God. That is my biggest fear. And I know I need to get right with God myself. I'm not ready. I'm just not. There were 2 guns missing from the King house that I've been told. 2 guns missing from the safe. One of them was a Smith and Wesson 38, and the box was left there. And Ernie keeps saying that Shelby had a Smith and Wesson 38. So between the 2 of them, they saw or used a Smith and Wesson 38. Liar from Liarsville. I agree. I mean, it's easy to see if you open your eyes, like who's really lying and who's really telling the truth. Like it's not even a real question. Like Shelby's confessing to all this stuff now that there's other things that supposedly has been said, and okay, he said a lot of stuff. So show it. Quit talking about it and let's see it. Let's see your proof, Mr. Shell. Let's see those receipts. They don't exist. They don't exist. You can't believe the word of a liar. Nobody does, ever. The boy who cried wolf. In this instance, it's the twin brothers. They're not really twins, but the brothers who cried wolf. I am not defending Ernie. Please don't think that. Please don't think that. I am not defending Ernie. I've said throughout the night, I believe Ernie was there. I believe Ernie was involved. I believe Ernie was there. I believe Ernie was involved. I am not defending Ernie. No, I'm not. I'm sorry if it's coming off that way. I'm just showing the lies of his brother and how similar the brothers are with their lies. It's pretty easy to see. Like, Now, I'm not going to defend Ernie, but I'm not going to lie on him either. That makes me no better than anybody else. Anybody else who's spreading falsehoods. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry you feel that way, but it's really not. I'm not defending Ernie. Casey Girl 10, that's the only top hockey game Jason Ludwig would ever want to be at. Thank you, Arkansas. Hope you've had a good day. Let's see. What would have been Shelby's defense, blue? Yeah, you would think like all this stuff now, if there was some kind of joke and that I was trying to feed into, lies, and like there would be more of it, and there ain't more of it. It's just crazy. And these phone call logs, there's a reason why they weren't used in the trial. There's a reason why they weren't used in the trial, because they show that Shelby's a liar. Shelby says, well, I talked to Ernie or Jimbo 5 times the morning before I confessed to go over the joke. There's lie number 1. Then it was said there was calls totaling up to a total of 16 minutes before the recorded confession call. There's lie number 2. Why lie? If you're innocent, then tell the truth. If you're innocent, don't plead guilty to complicity. Like, you couldn't get the death penalty because of your intellectual disability. So you pled guilty and got 30 years. 30 on, or 20 on top of 10. 30 years. You pled guilty to get 30 years. What were you afraid of? Why not go for it? You couldn't get the death penalty. Why not knock it out of the park? Why not go for the home run? Why not take it to the box one more time? Is it because you knew that now that the prosecution actually saw your defense and had a chance to refute it second time around and show your lies, you decided we better take this deal? That's what I think. That's what I think. 12:33, 12:39. I'm 6 minutes behind in the chat. Goodness gracious, what is wrong with me? Might as well look down at my phone and see how many messages I've missed. You think Ernie committed the murder, not Shelby? Why do you think that, Hawaiian Hula Girl 21? What makes you think that? Uh-oh. Have we already got rid of this? Okay. Twin brothers. They act like it, don't they? And the Hawaiian Hula Girl 21, I know you're Shelby's not lying. Have you been listening? He told 2 stories about meeting Ernie at Walmart. He told 2 stories about the gun. Is he not lying, or is he just remembering it differently 2 weeks apart? I mean, I'm serious. Tell me. If you don't think that's a lie, what is? He's lying. He's absolutely lying. He said, I didn't know how to get to Everett's and get to anybody's house. I'm not familiar with the area. I've been in prison all my life. So I had to get off the interstate from Berea and meet Ernie at Walmart. You know, I said, that makes sense. He ain't been, you know, he ain't been out of he ain't been out of jail much. He probably don't know his way around. I mean, heck, I wouldn't. So I took him at his word. Okay. But then a week or two later, he says, we were over at Jimbo's talking about the joke. And me and Ernie left there together. Went to Walmart. That's where Ernie gave me all the stuff before Brother's Day. It's 2 different stories about how he met Ernie at Walmart. 2 completely different stories. One was in the beginning, he met Ernie because he didn't know how to find Ernie's house, which is believable. The second one, after he's all of a sudden trying to implicate me in a joke. The second one is he's at my house going over the joke. And then he left and went to Walmart. You guys ready for a blockbuster? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for a blockbuster. Getting ready to give you a blockbuster on Shelby. Anybody that wants it. Another lie that's easy to check. Call your local Walmart when we get off the phone. When we get off the live. It's probably not open. Our Walmart's not open. Call them tomorrow. All right, here we go. Shelby says, Ernie gave me the jewelry. Ernie gave me the money, the pennies. Ernie gave me all this stuff in the Walmart parking lot. It's all on videotape. It's in my motion of discovery. Wrong. Wrong answer. Walmart keeps their video for 72 hours. 72 hours. Video don't exist. That's a lie. A straight up, bold-faced lie. And why? Why would you lie about that? You don't think nobody's going to check? You don't think nobody's going to call Walmart and say, hey, how long does it take to get that video? Well, if you don't ask for it within 72 hours, it's on a loop and it records over it. What? No way. So that's a lie. Another lie from Shelby. I don't get it, man. Why you tell so many lies that, you have to cover one lie with another? That don't make any sense. That's why your lawyers told you to shut up and sit down in the trial. Remember when you jumped up, you tried to run some paperwork up to the judge? and they told you better sit down? Yeah, they knew you were going to get your ass in trouble running that mouth about stuff you didn't know, stuff that easily checks out, like the videotape at Walmart that don't exist. So you don't have Ernie on tape giving you nothing. You don't have anybody on tape giving you nothing. Not a thing. Not at Walmart. That's for sure. Now, I'll make you guys a bet. All this stuff that's took place at Walmart for so long. Yeah, this was in 2013, Loving Life. Walmart here in Corbin still says 72 hours. And that's where he was at, supposedly. But you tell these lies and you think nobody's going to check it. Like people are just going to believe you. And some of them have. A lot of them have. Mike Roch, call them. Call Walmart in Corbin and ask them. 72 hours. 72 hours. 72 hours. Okay. For the naysayers, let's see the video. They've got his motion of discovery. If the video's there, it should be pretty easy to put up and shut up, right? Put it up and shut us up. Prove me I'm wrong. I've called and checked. I know for a fact. It's not a thing. Not a thing. Time me out, I'm too funny. What are you talking about, Sarah? Me? Yeah. And these rural Walmarts here in Eastern Kentucky, they're not going to keep stuff for a year. You think they can afford a system like that? What are you doing, boy? Why are you up? What you got? Thank you. Now go to bed. See what a horrible father I am. My 15-year-old is up at 12:48 a.m. There you go, Mike Roch. Yeah, I said Mike Roch. Yeah, that's the number. That's the number. No, that's it. There's only one. That's it. But anyway, you Shelby's telling stories and then changing the stories to include others, kind of like Ernie, right? Like, and that's why I know Ernie's lying. Story changed. Ernie, they saw her car, the car you drive all the time, leaving the scene of the crime. Well, I didn't have her car. She says you did. She's lying. She was at work in her car. I said, well, Ernie, how was she your alibi if she's at work? Oh, I don't remember that. Just like Ern, just like Shelby, two peas in a pod, twin shells. But that's, those are the things that are easily refuted. The gun document they have, that's written up by a police detective, state trooper, state Kentucky State Police detective that I've never met in my life. I've never seen this person face to face. I never signed anything, nothing. I met Detective Cornett the night before, and of course, we told him the story Shelby told us while wielding a gun. And he said, "Ain't Shelby a convicted felon?" Well, yeah, he's just got out of prison. Well, if he's a convicted felon and he's got a gun, that's our way we can get a search warrant. And we'll find all this evidence you say he's got. Okay. Absolutely, Brock. Admissible evidence trumps hearsay every time. And Hawaiian Hula Girl, I know that, I know how you feel. And, you know, I wish you didn't feel that way. And I'm not talking about Shelby. So if you're still here, I'm sorry for whatever reason you have to feel that way. So all right, internet's down. I'm on my phone. So we're gonna end this pretty quick. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad here. Hey, Josh. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get off here in just a minute, but um, Mahomes is the man. Correct. But I was told to answer any Pat's had a question. Can I? I'm gonna look and see if I can find that before I get off here. The internet went out, so it's still not doing good. No, it's not. But I wanted to give a chance for people to ask questions tonight. Um, and I would have, I still will. I don't care when it is. I'll still answer questions, but I wanted to try to get this part behind us so we can, because Ernie Shell's about to be bonded out, and then those of us who are true to that path are going to stay on that. Um, we're not going to make life easy for Ernie. Can somebody screenshot that or something for me? The question I missed, I'll answer that before I go. Before we sign off. Well, now that I'm not in studio on my phone, I don't think I can play the. Maybe I can still play it. The outro. I believe I can. Let me look. Yes, I'll be able to. So there. All right. Any Pats? I did not see your question. I'm still trying to get that thing. If you'll throw it up in the chat again right now, I'm looking. So Yeah, and I'm uploading the entire trial. I started from the beginning this morning. I've been out with my wife today, and I've went back to when I got home. Scheduled or posted as much as I could, uploaded as quickly as I possibly could. I've got from the beginning of the trial to even the jury selection until right after. My mission right now, our current mission, is to rid YouTube and social media of Ernie Shell and his scamming and mischievous behavior. Where can you find the entire trial besides my channel? I don't know that anybody's got the entire trial posted yet. It'll be posted on my channel tonight or tomorrow, and that's another thing. Like, I can't afford to send everybody a free disc. Like, I don't care to buy the discs and the sleeve to put it in, but if you want the trial and you want the whole thing, pay for the shipping, and I'll send it to you. I don't care. You can watch every bit of it. You can see the crime scene photos. I'm just not going to share them. I will tell you this: once you see those crime scene photos, you might change your tune a little bit. Did any Pats leave before I could answer her question? Internet's out. Yeah, I'm on my phone now. Is that what you come in here for? Why aren't you in bed?
The internet's out.
Well, go to bed.
It woke me up.
The internet going out woke you up?
Yeah, I have an alarm.
See? I told you. I know a liar when I see one.
I'm going to bed.
See, he's almost 19, so I can't really make him go to bed. But I'm getting ready to make him go to bed. Oh, hang on. Maybe I'll have this. Are Ernie and Shelby cool? Or if Ernie ends up in his jail, how will it end for Ernie? Is it bad news for Ernie? It's bad news for Ernie. I would say probably be a pretty good fight. I've seen them both fight, and from what I've seen, neither one of them can fight. It'd be like a, couple of wild dogs scratching at each other, probably. I don't. But it's possible. Is he really that dangerous that you are willing to divulge all your time to take Ernie down? Dangerous. He is dangerous to certain people. But yeah, I'd say it's worth my time. Now, I don't divulge all my time to it. I don't know, Scuba Steve, you might be new here, but I have 4 children. And I'm involved in their lives, and my oldest son's in the band and marching band and competition band. My daughter is on the swim team. She plays basketball. She's in the bowling team. My son plays basketball, and he's a wrestler on the wrestling team. And discus and javelin. I don't spend all my time. Not at all. Shelby pled not guilty in the first trial, ended up hung jury 6-6. What would be the purpose of pleading guilty? Exactly. Good question. Excellent question. What would be the purpose to pleading guilty to complicity to a murder when no one else has been charged with the crime? Exactly. There you go, Scuba Steve. There's your good answer on Ernie. To stand, I only saw questions asked if Shelby would beat up Ernie if they went to jail together, and how did you get involved with those two? Well, I met Ernie, like 20 years ago at a wrestling event. He came out there claiming to be a pro wrestler and wanted to wrestle on one of my cards, and we became friends. There's been lots of bad times between then. Yeah, yeah, he might be making me go to bed. Hang on, let me check this message. And connections. Yeah, I don't really know what that means, but like I know you can like do some kind of search on the internet and pull up things, and it shows who you might be kin to or might live next to you, neighbors, stuff like that. And I've seen them be pretty accurate, and I've seen them be way off. So it is the internet. So I take that with a grain of salt. Now, if somebody takes some money and pays for legit research, I put more stock into that. Internet is not working. No internet. All right. Jenny Penny, if he goes to prison where Shelby is, yes, especially if he is labeled an informant. Shelby has a lot of friends in there. I'm sure it would be all bad. Actually, I don't know how many friends Shelby has. He's in trouble quite a bit for fighting. Quite a bit. So who knows? All right. All right. Well, guys, I really think it's I answered a bunch of questions. I was expecting some more, actually. Good night, Blue Moon. But and like I said, I won't never duck a question. If anybody asks me, I'll tell it. But just remember, um, I'm not going to badmouth any channel. If you want to subscribe to any channel, that's up to you. And more power to them. I hope they are very successful in whatever they want to do. I don't understand a lot of things, but it is what it is, and it sucks. But I appreciate all you guys still being here, and the message is overwhelming. I appreciate it so much. You guys will never understand how important that's been to me and my family over the last couple of nights. So you guys have a great night. I'm going to try to play this outro, so last about a minute or so. Stick around, check it out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will post the time. It'll probably be around the same time. I'd like to get started just a little earlier, maybe 10, and hopefully I'll be more prepared and ready to go early tomorrow. Until then, this is Jimbo, and we are The Stand.